Today is a hard day for many of us, not because we do not love this country, but because we understand that love without accountability is not love at all. Pride demands greatness. Pride demands effort. Yet too many of us have mistaken nostalgia for greatness and ceremony for sacrifice. Today, as the flags wave and the fireworks burst, let us not confuse symbols with substance. Let us not celebrate America as she is, but recommit ourselves to what she could and should still become. Democracy does not die by decree. It erodes, quietly, vote by vote, court ruling by court ruling, and state by state. A slow corrosion of liberty, a quiet dismantling of freedom. Citizens United did not just alter our elections. It turned our elections into auctions. And the Supreme Court, once entrusted as our last refuge of justice, has too often become the first refuge of power. When the law shields power but abandons the powerless, when voices are muted and rights are stripped away, democracy is not just weakened, it is compromised. But our greatest enemy today is not simply the minority of extremists consolidating their power. It is the silent majority, those frogs in a pot, comfortably waiting as the water starts to boil. Democracy dies not by fire, but by temperature. And too many of us have grown far too comfortable, too distracted, too indifferent as our democracy quietly evaporates around us. We look to Washington for answers, but the rot began long before it reached the Capitol dome. You do not get a broken federal government without first electing broken leaders to state houses, city councils, and school boards. You do not get a captured court without a culture that no longer demands justice. You do not get laws for the few unless the many stay silent and stay home. We need better laws, but more than that, we need better leaders. Leaders who will choose principle over polls, truth over tweets, and country over comfort. This republic, this fragile experiment, was once offered to us not as a guarantee, but as a challenge, if you can keep it. Keeping it demands more than voting once every 4 years. It demands vigilance. It demands courage. It demands moral clarity. We cannot be a nation of empty slogans, not when families are silenced at the ballot box, not when communities bleed for rights that others inherit at birth, not when courts label corruption as speech and money as belief while labeling peaceful protest as terrorism. Patriotism is not a song. It is not a slogan. Patriotism is sacrifice. It is speaking truth when the truth is unpopular. It's running for office when the odds seem impossible. It is defending democracy not because it's convenient, but because it is right. If we wish to feel pride today, let us first earn it. Do not wave the flag unless you are prepared to carry its burdens. Do not celebrate freedom unless you're committed to extending freedom for all. Do not ask when America will be great again. Ask when we can be brave again. Brave enough to rebuild, brave enough to stand, and brave enough to act. Today, let us reclaim this day, not as a symbol of what we have done, but as a reminder of what we must still do. Our democracy is not yet lost, but saving it is up to us.